between Overdosed and Miraculous Gaming. It's going to be a TVZ on Overgrowth. And we are in the game down here in the bottom left side of Overgrowth, playing for his clan that goes by the name of Overdosed. The green Terran player. It's Hannibal. And up here in the top right, let's see if he can tie up this clan war once again, playing for his clan that goes by the name of Miraculous Gaming. The Red Zerg, we have Towelie. Doggy telling me he will be right back, so there's going to be a little bit of a solo cast here for a little while. And Hannibal, he's sending out a very early SCV, most likely just to construct that supply depot to make that wall, and there it goes. Towelie not doing any kind of extractor trick shenanigans, so he's looking good. Making that 9. Oh no, he's actually going to do an extractor trick. Okay. Well, that's fine. This is just personal preference, really. This extractor trick is nothing like, oh, it gives you 10 more minerals or whatever per minute that you normally wouldn't have or anything like that. It's literally personal preference. That's basically what I've learned. Some players do it, some don't. Hannibal going to go for that 12-12 most likely, as again, I have watched about 2 games of his TVZ on this map today, and he's looked really strong in both games. And there's that 12-12. So how many Reapers does Hannibal decide to build this time? Is it going to be 2 or 3? Now, this is something that the other Zerg that I saw Hannibal playing didn't do, this 12 drone scout coming out from Towelie. So he's really looking to get in here, check the barracks and the gas timings, see what's going on inside the main base, and it's going to be a 15 or a 16 hatch rather from Towelie. So everything's looking good for him. He's going to get the full scout, going to get his hatchery down, and this drone is very confused, kind of running around. This drone going to start picking away at this SCV now, and another SCV being forced off the line will push that drone away from that SCV, and there goes the pool for Towelie, and he's going to get in, he's going to see the gas timing, and he's going to know what is up. Alright, well, we have a Reaper on the way. That drone is going to get out of there just in time. We have an orbital command upgrading here, and so everything looks perfectly fine. There's no gas for Towelie, though. So things could get really scary for him really quickly if Hannibal decides to build 2 or even 3 Reapers. 3 Reapers would be worst case scenario for Towelie, as they can do a surprising amount of damage early on. They can even contest queens. Very, very scary thought indeed, as that's something that generally Reapers cannot do, but in a large enough group, they can certainly do it. And, well, Queen on the way, 1 more Reaper on the way, so he's going for 2, second one not quite queued up. And he's going to throw it on the factory. Everything's looking nice here for Hannibal, and 6 lings being made by Towelie. He knows he needs at least 1 extra ling without that speed upgrade, because again, he does not have that gas. These lings now popping out as 1 Reaper will be forced away, but the second Reaper is going to join it here fairly shortly. The reactor should come down on Hannibal's barracks fairly shortly as well. We have the command center on the way, as well as his second gas in the main for Hannibal. So, ooh, almost gets a drone there at the natural. It was very, very close, that Reaper. Reaper, man, he wanted that drone. And here comes these 6 lings, and versus 2 Reapers, 6 lings are not the greatest units to have. There's the cancellation on that extractor. Command center about halfway done down there at the natural for Hannibal. And we've got the factory done right now. There you go. There's that factory. Reactor about halfway complete. Starport on the way now, most likely for a Viking first, as that's what he's been doing pretty much all day, making a Viking, clearing all the overlords just to make sure drops can actually get into the base. And no third base yet for Towelie, and I think he's going to be looking to take that here fairly shortly. And this is where that aggression really starts to kick into overdrive, is toward that Zerg third base, as you can kind of pull the Zerg into all kinds of multiple directions and scare them quite a bit. So these 2 Reapers going to get over here, see the lack of a third base for now, and then we have those 2 Hellions on the way now. Is it going to be a Viking? Is it going to be a Viking? 2 Reapers. Looks like they poked out a Queen. Going to be forced away. And, yep, it's going to be a Viking. So this Overlord going to die over here, running in the main base. So 1 over here, the Natural going to die as well. And there's a Roach Warren coming down for Towelie. So if he makes some Roaches, this could get interesting. But we have Marauders coming out for Hannibal, most likely just for defense. This also could transition very well into a Hellion Marauder push. which is definitely something that's very, very scary for all Zergs. I'm pretty sure every Zerg player in the chat knows about that Hellion Marauder push. You played against it not just once, but probably multiple times. You have the evolution chambers now on the way at the natural, and Towelie's finally mining gas. Speed is not quite started, as we have a very quick flare from Towelie as well. So he may be looking to play a Roach Hydra style, as there's no speed on the way. And this is going to be very interesting, because Roach Hydra style is something we don't see a lot, but when we see it and a player executes it really well, it's very, very scary. These Lings running down there, losing a few of them is Towelie, about 3 Lings lost, leaving 3 there. This Viking going to kill this Overlord now. And there he goes, so this Viking is on an Overlord hunt, already has 2 kills to his name. And we already have
Overlord scum.
Yeah, man. Overlords, you know, with their strangle ability and everything.
Yeah,
you know.
dangerous. You gotta take those out.
Very dangerous. So third base, about halfway done now for Towelie. 1-1 on the way for Towelie as well for those Roaches. So this Roach Hydra style can be very, very potent, very scary at the same time. 2 Queens moving over here to intercept this Hellion Reaper pack. And I have to take this phone call here, doggy, so I will go ahead and let you solo cast for just a couple seconds. I'm very sorry, but I do have to take
It's
this.
all good. I got it. Hellion's taking on a creep tumor, but are pushed back. As you can see, these Roaches, Hellions definitely don't want to engage those. And ooh, now he finally sees that it is a Marauder Hellion composition. He is now pumping out a bunch of Roaches. I'm actually surprised he's building a few drones. Maybe thinks it's sort of a fake or just not too impressive, you know. Towelie does not seem impressed. You see those drones building on the production tab. Oh, and the Marauders are not with the Hellions. Come on, Marauders. What are you doing? Ooh, and I think this is actually a lot of Roaches. I think he could handle it, but he needs those Hellions in front of the Marauders to be able to tank. And it's not often that I see this push with 2 medevacs, but so after all, I don't see this push too often. It's like Wings of Liberty days. But you can see the glial reconstitution for the Roaches is almost finishing. That'll allow the Roaches to run really fast. On creep and off. I don't know how I feel about this. I think Hannibal is losing time to do damage, because as you can see, Hydras will be out soon, and when those get out, this might flip around and we'll see that Towelie will be in the lead. That DPS, you know, is so much from the Hydras, even in the recent buff. They weren't buffed too much, but, you know, Hydras still have pretty damn good DPS. And I wonder how Hannibal will transition out of this. Obviously we see Bio, but I would have liked to see this pressure do some more damage. And it could have done more damage, I thought. But not now. Not with the Hydras out like this. We see muscular augments being researched for the Hydralisk. They'll be able to run just as fast once that upgrade is finished. Eliminating a creep tumor, killing a few more creep tumors. Will he take these destructible rocks out? No, he won't. I think he's just trying to keep the Zerg on his toes at the moment. Don't want him to think he's too safe, you know. And all the medevacs going. Looks like there will be a drop. Where are they heading to? Oh, and these units are all going to have to run away. All these Hellions and Marauders. Looks like this Marauder might get caught. Will he die? It's looking close. Stim, Marauder, run! Stim! Stim! Yes! And he gets away. Here we go. Battle at the natural of Hannibal. A position Towelie does not want to be in, taking extra splash damage and hits from that siege tank. Looks like he'll back off for now. As we can see, the supply is looking pretty damn huge for Towelie. Only at the 13-minute and 30-second mark, and he's almost maxed out at 190 supply. Infestation pit going down on the production tab, as you can see. Armory going down. Getting that ready just to go straight into his 2-2 upgrades, Hannibal is. Ooh, and that's interesting. What? I just seen an upgrade on... And I think... What was that? Overlord speed. I'd like to see some Overlord drops, but that upgrade is not being researched. What is it called? Evolve Ventral Sack. It's not being researched, but here we go. Zerg player trying to get a good concave over the Terran army. And it looks like this one siege tank, well, there's only one, not doing too much damage. These roaches taking a lot of hit for the Hydras, and the Hydras dealing out a lot of DPS. This is looking sort of bad for Hannibal at the moment, as his forces are just being depleted, and wow. Army gets ran over pretty fast, 90 supply to 150. Hannibal does not have too many units at the moment. Another round of units finally coming out of the barracks. Will he be able to hold this? Ooh, he has to pull SCVs even. He lose quite a few in the process. As we see a constant stream of Zerg units coming across the map from Towelie. Hydra and Broach reinforcements. This command center won't be able to land. Looks like it should run away. Reinforcements sort of being cut off, and it is a GG well played from Hannibal. Towelie taking game number 4, tying up the series 2-2. OD and MIRG. Overdosed and Miraculous Gaming. Wow. That was pretty strong from Towelie. Sheer brute force of those roaches and hydras.